What's up guys, it's Doublezug. So this is going to be a very quick PSA video for Tsulong, but also one of the things I'm going to mention here is going to be kind of relevant for like every part of the game. So the first thing is very quick here, which you probably already have heard about in the Scotty J video, and that I forgot to mention in my like just Tsulong healing tips thing, which is the rally tech, which I do think will probably get fixed relatively soon, but until then this is actually like insanely impactful and will dramatically reduce your kill times on the boss. What you do is just as soon as the boss is about to phase from day, where it's healable, into night, where it's damageable, you rally. The rally affects the boss, increasing its max HP, and then of course you go into night phase and the rally drops off and it loses all that HP, basically doing, you know, like whatever 20% of the boss's HP and damage, which is insane for one global, and it's like, you know, basically free. So super insane tech there, especially if you're like struggling or you're finding yourself going really long into like the second day phase and your kill time is just super long. That's probably why your kill time is so much slower than other guilds, is just because they're doing the rally tech. Now the second thing I'm going to mention here, which is again actually super relevant for like other parts of the game, you can see this is a like 86 shaman that I've just been questing leveling, and I've been using this tech out in the open world to loot and interact with like sparklies, like this flower here. And this is called soft interact. The way that you enable this is you go into your settings, you can just search for target, and you will get this interact with target key. You just bind this to anything. I bound it to Control E, just, I don't know, it's kind of a weird binding for this that you're going to use all the time to have it on control, but it feels good to me and I use all my other binds. So I bound it to Control E, and then what you do is you just use this add-on advanced interface options. This is a very useful add-on if you don't have it. It has some like basic useful settings here, but the main thing this has, it's great, is the C-bar browser. These are just a bunch of variables that you can change in the game that are not apparent in the options menu, but that are often very useful. And what you do here is you just go to the C-bar browser and you search soft target. And there's actually some cool stuff here with like soft targeting enemies and friendlies that I haven't really used. I've just been using the interact button, and what you can do here is you go down to the soft target interact, and you just turn this on. By default, it's off. There's some options here. If you just hover over it, it'll show you the options. 1 is for controller, 2 is for keyboard and mouse, 3 is for always. I just put it on always, even though I never use a controller. And then these next two options are also like relatively important. This arc value, it just controls like how close to directly in front of you the thing has to be for the interact button to work. I put it on 3. This is just because I got these from Kenneth, and Kenneth had this on 3. I don't really know exactly what the 3 does here. You can see the options listed in the menu are just 0, 1, and 2. But I just put it on 3 because that's what he had it on, and it seems to be working fine. The last one that's important here is the interact range, which is pretty self-explanatory, right? This is just like how far away a thing can be for you to still interact with it. I think the default here says it's 10. I put it on 5, and this feels relatively good. And so what does this actually do? Well, I'm going to show you here in questing. So you can see I have a quest to pick up these little flowers, and some of the time these sparkly quests are kind of actually annoying to click on because the object can be kind of small, or it can be moving and small. You know, some of those quests where you have to like click on a like squirrel that's running away or whatever are super annoying. So what you do with this button is you just run up to in front of the thing, you press your interact keybind, and it will just automatically pick up the thing for you, which is actually really nice. It doesn't seem like it would be that much of an upgrade from just like clicking the thing, but personally, after having swapped to this just for this one set of quests that I've been doing on this shaman, I would not ever go back. I would just always be using this for questing from now on in the future. It just is like deceptively way better. So the other thing you can use this for is looting mobs in the world, which is also like pretty convenient here. And you can see as I'm actually going to zoom in so it's a little bit more visible. As I walk towards this mob, this little circle will appear. And this will allow you to know like when the interact key is active. And this is kind of useful actually for setting up your settings. So you can go into your C variables and like adjust your range, your yaw, your arc, all that stuff until like that circle appears when you want it to. So you can see if I walk up to this mob and I just press my button, it's just going to automatically loot. So exactly the same. I can walk up to the flower, automatically pick it up, walk up to, you know, mobs, automatically loot them. Very useful. You can kind of just run around with your questings, spamming this thing and picking up all your swirlies, and it just, again, it just feels a lot better and cleaner than like clicking things most of the time. But if for any reason you don't like this like circle popping up whenever you're around lootable objects or whatever, and you just don't use the setting outside of Tsulong, you can literally just, you know, go to the Cvaria browser and just turn this off. Just set it back to 0, turn it off, and then that won't appear and you won't be able to do it anymore. And you can literally just go into this one setting for Tsulong, turn this back on, and then it'll work in the fight, and you won't have to worry about it annoying you outside of that circumstance. But I would say, even if the circle does kind of annoy you, just try it. If you have to level a character, just keep it on for a level or two, and I guarantee that by the end, you probably won't be turning it off. So that's really the main thing I wanted to go through, just a quick PSA about soft interact. So again, to turn this on, you go to options, you can just search up here, target, find your interact with target, go to your add-ons, go to CV your browsers and advanced interface options. This is just on CurseForge. You will search for soft target. You can even search for soft target interact. You just only want to see these options. And then you turn soft target interact on. You turn your arc on to something that you find usable, and then you set your range to, you know, between 5, 10, something like that. And then this will be activated. That's that. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Swobu. Zug zug.